So you have chosen France. For this project, you are going to need everything that's on my sketchbook right now. So you don't need all of these colors, and you don't need a Sharpie, but you can use them if you have them at your house. I know majority of you have crayons or markers at your house. That's great. If you have highlighters and things, that could be used to make color. Or pens is another option to color in your projects while you're at home. I know we have limited materials at home, and that's okay. We will make do with what we have at home for now. So to get started with France, we are looking at Edgar Degas ballerinas. And so boys, yes, you will be drawing a ballerina. We're going to have to be okay with that today, and we're going to get started. So you are going to take out your pencil and eraser, and you are going to be starting with that to get started, just like any other art for Kids Hub video. You're going to be drawing along with me. So that you can see the lines though, I am going to draw with my Sharpie. I'm going to move these to the side a little bit so that you can see I have more room, and we're going to get started. I have my finished project off to the side so that I can see it, but you guys can't. I will show it to you when we're all done, how I decided to color it in. I used a mixture of both markers and crayons, and I'll explain that in a little bit. So to start off, you're going to first add a little curved line that goes like that in the middle of your page. You're then going to add a C shape, and what we're creating right now is the face of our ballerina. And so this is the top of our hairline, the ear. Now we're gonna go for the chin and the side of the face. And remember, you can pause the video whenever you feel like it to catch up, just like we do with any of our directed drawing videos. Now, since we have the face, we can add some eyes and a nose. On mine, I don't have a mouth or anything, and my eyes are kind of closed, like she's concentrating on her dance. But you can do your face however you would like to. Then we are going to move up and finish off the top of her head. Ballerinas have their hair up in a bow, so we're gonna do the top of her hair like that. It kind of looks like a hat right now, but they have their hair up in a bun. And the funny part about Edgar Degas' ballerinas in his paintings is that when he looked at all of those ballerinas, none of them were in the room at the same time. He observed tons of different ballerinas and then put them all into one painting. And he drew them all in his sketchbook first, and then he went home and painted them all onto the canvas. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Alright, so we have the head done. We are going to now do the shoulders and a little bit of the chest. So we're going to start by the ear, and we're going to wrap around, and then we're going to connect up here, kind of at the top by the hairline. Now we are going to come down and go from the top right here and come down and around. And you can come down from here too, and then we're going to connect these two pieces. So this is the shoulders, the chest a little bit, and then the top of our, like the torso of our ballerina, because it's a view from above. So now that we have our ballerina from above, we're going to do her arms next, and then we will do the rest of her dress splayed out, and you will see that. So for her arms, we're not going to do any hands. You can do hands if you would like to, but to start, we're just going to do a long line that starts here and then comes out. And then we are going to start down here and do a short line. And then for this line, it's gonna start here and start with a thick space. And then as we come down, we're going to get thinner as you get down to that line. And it doesn't matter how this arm looks really, it's more of an abstract type of length. So now we are going to start from this end and do the same kind of thing. You can have your arm however type of curve you would like it to be, and start thick and go thinner at the end. So now that we have the ballerina and her arms, what our next step is going to be is to do the rest of her dress. So we're going to start at the end of her arm here. We're going to do a circle shape, but we're going to do a half circle. So there's one half of her dress. And then on this side, we're going to do the same thing, and it comes around this way. All right, so now that we have the circle, we are going to do another type of line for a detail around the edge of the dress. You could do any type of line. You could do a wave line, which is what I did on mine. You could do a curly line. You could do a broken line. Any of the type of lines that we've talked about in class. You could think back on those. There's other curved lines. A zigzag line might be interesting. So any type of line. I think I want to do that not curvy. That zigzag line might be interesting. So I'm gonna do a zigzag line along the edge of the dress, and you're following the edge of the dress. And after we get done with this portion, then we have one leg down here, and just like the arms, you start thick and get smaller. And then I added a little foot up here with one curved line, and then another curved line, and then two little curved lines just like that one for like laces. A little shoe to show that she's on one foot and she has one foot in the air. So now you have completed your ballerina. We're going to add a couple little detail lines to show that her dress is ruffling a little bit. And now you're ready to color it in. Here is how mine turned out. So I used my peach colored marker, or sandy tan, for the skin. And then I used some brown marker for the hair. And then I used my crayon mixing that I showed you guys with the graffiti names, the graffiti name projects, just layering the colors on top of each other to make the colors blend together. And that's how I made that effect with the dress. So you guys get to work on coloring in your ballerinas. I can't wait to see your Edgar Degas inspired ballerina, and go get started.